Village life in the Himalaya. The first rays of sunlight touched the snow-capped peaks of the Himalayas, casting golden hues over the narrow valley below. At nearly 0 feet above sea level, nestled between towering pine trees and terrace fields, lay the village of Ganghar, a tiny dot in the vast canvas of the mountains. The air was crisp, tinged with the scent of pine resin and damp earth. In the distance, a bell chimed gently, breaking the hush of dawn. It was Amadewa, the eldest in the village, making her way to the temple with a basket of marigolds balanced gracefully on her head. Life in Ganghar was not easy, but it was honest and full. The villagers rose with the sun and slept beneath a sky scattered with stars. There were no paved roads here, no internet towers. The rhythm of life followed the seasons, the sky, and the land. Tashi, a 12-year-old boy with a curious spirit and unruly black hair, was already up, rubbing sleep from his eyes as he helped his mother milk their yak. His family owned 3 yaks and a few goats livestock that were both livelihood and legacy. His mother, Chodan, hummed a folk song passed down from her grandmother as she worked. The melody was soft and haunting, echoing across the quiet fields. It spoke of mountain spirits, of snowfall weddings, and of the eternal bond between the people and the land. Tashi, go fetch water before the sun climbs too high, she said, handing him 2 copper vessels. The path to the stream was steep, but Tashi was nimble. He greeted others along the way, Lama Dorje, who was sweeping the monastery steps, Diki, the weaver, setting up her loom, and Pema, his best friend, who was chasing after her rogue goat again. Farming in Ganghar was dictated by the seasons. Summers brought buckwheat, barley, and potatoes. Autumn was for harvesting and drying herbs. Winters turned the village into a frozen dreamscape where stories replaced field work and fireside songs became the heart of the day. Chodan often said, "We don't live on the land, we live with it." The fields were terraced carefully into the mountain slope, maintained over generations with painstaking love. Every stone wall, every channel of water that trickled down from the glacier-fed stream had a story. Elders like Amadewa remembered a time when wolves still howled in the forests, and shamans would walk for days to the higher passes to commune with the gods. Now we have radios, she'd chuckle, but the gods still listen. Tashi's favorite time of the year was the Festival of Skylights, held just before the first snow. It was when the entire village came alive with color, music, and food. Paper lanterns were made by hand, painted with wishes and prayers, and released into the cold night sky. This year, Tashi wanted to make the biggest lantern the village had ever seen. With Pema's help, he gathered bamboo, rice paper, and ash from the monastery for the sacred ink. They worked in secret behind the woodpile near Tashi's house, giggling as they smeared paint on each other's faces. "My wish is to see the world beyond the mountains," Tashi whispered as they painted. "Mine is to never leave," Pema replied. They looked at each other, both unsure of what the future held. One day, a stranger arrived in Ganghar, a man dressed in synthetic clothes with a large camera around his neck. His name was Ravi, and he said he was a photographer documenting life in remote Himalayan villages. The villagers were wary at first. Outsiders rarely came here, and those who did often asked too many questions and understood too little. But Ravi was different. He stayed in Amadewa's spare room, helped in the fields, and listened more than he spoke. He sat for hours with Lama Dorje, recording chants. He followed Diki to the forest to learn about dyeing fabrics with natural herbs. And he asked Tashi what it was like to grow up at the edge of the world. It's quiet, Tashi said, but never boring. Ravi smiled. This place has more soul than all the cities I've seen. As October deepened, a chill crept into the valley. Snow dusted the peaks above the village, and the yaks grew shaggy in preparation. Families began storing dried vegetables, grains, and firewood. Roofs were patched, chimneys cleaned, children huddled closer around fires, listening to stories of the Snow King and the dancing spirits of the glaciers. One evening, Ravi showed the village a slideshow of his photographs using a small battery-powered projector. Gasps filled the community hall as they saw images of themselves, Amadewa placing flowers on the altar, Pema laughing in the wind, Lama Dorje deep in meditation. No one had ever seen their lives captured this way. It was magic. Tashi leaned against the wall, quietly proud. His home, which had always seemed small and hidden, now looked like something out of a dream.